Hi, I'm Lisa Rappaport. I'm the Rabbinic Intern at Netivot Shalom and one of the people who will be leading the 40 days of learning Torah and raising Torah in response to our fallen Torah this past Shabbat. Rabbi Creditor has asked us to do several things over these next 40 days, including dedicating ourselves to our own personal study of Torah, acts of social justice, and contributing to funds for a new Sefer Torah that's very much needed at Netivot Shalom. For my own personal study, I decided to study Pirkei Avot, the ethics or sayings of our fathers from Tractate Avot of the Mishnah. Each day, I'm going to take on one of these short sayings and sections and have it as my focal point, sort of a meditation for the day. Pirkei Avot is the only tractate in the Talmud that essentially contains no halacha or Jewish law. It's an ethical handbook giving us a roadmap for how to be a good person, how to live a good life, how to be a mensch. As my teacher and Rabbi Sean Zevit said this summer in our Kahila Builders class, perhaps raising mensches is the biggest act of tikkun we can do, making sure that the children we bring into the world do no harm. So nothing in Pirkei Avot is required by Jewish law, and yet without the values that are in it, we're left sort of going through the motions of life with no real spirit. While it is above and beyond what any of us need to do, it really provides the oomph, the soul, the lifeblood of it all. Traditionally, Pirkei Avot is studied from Pesach to Shavuot in preparation for receiving Torah. And in a way, that's exactly what we're doing over these next 40 days. We literally picked up our own Torah off the floor last Shabbat, and with our acts over the next 40 days, we'll be raising it higher so that we all can receive Torah anew and share it with others. As one of the people sharing these teachings over the next 40 days, I will be bringing what I'm learning and sharing in Pirkei Avot to our community. And hopefully you'll be able to share it with people beyond our community. So I started at the very beginning, and I'd like to share what Pirkei Avot has brought me today in chapter 1, Mishnah 1. So I'm going to read as it's written in Netivot Shalom, chapter 1, Mishnah 1. Moses received Torah from God at Sinai. He transmitted it to Joshua, Joshua to the elders to the prophets to the members of the Great Assembly, and they formulated 3 precepts. Be cautious in rendering a decision, rear many students, and build a fence to protect the Torah. So in my learning and studying over the past day, this is what I'd like to share. So Moses is the only one who actually received Torah, the Hebrew being kibel. Everyone else, Torah was transmitted to them, one from the other. And so I find that curious, and what does that mean? I think it means that Moses was truly receptive. Torah was happening, and he absorbed it. It also says kibel Torah, not ha-Torah, the difference being Torah versus the Torah. This seems to signify that he did not receive a static one-time object. He received the living, breathing, dynamic Torah, both what we call the written and the oral Torah. He received the experience, the totality, the entire tree of life, as we call it. It also says that he received it from Sinai, Sinai. It does not say he received it from God. That's also quite interesting, and there are many commentaries on this. One interpretation is that Mount Sinai is a low and humble mountain, like Moses himself, who is also known as being humble. Moses received Torah in humility from a humble place. This teaches us that one of the ways to approach Torah is to be like Moses, to come from a place of gentle humility, of being open to learning, acknowledging that we don't always know everything. Even if we've studied Torah for decades, even if we already learned Pirkei Avot, might there be something new we haven't quite understood before? And as we say every week in the bracha for the study of Torah, hafokba v'hafokba, turn it and turn it again, for indeed everything is truly in it, if only we can find it. Another interesting thing with the mem in Sinai is that the mem has a numerical value in gematria of 40. One commentary alludes to this being the 40 days that Moses spent on the mountain receiving Torah. In a similar way, we are taking 40 days to learn and receive Torah. So of the 3 precepts, Be cautious in rendering a decision. So in other words, we need to be like Moses, humble, ready to receive information and take it in, slow to form judgments. When we judge quickly, we lose nuance and texture of what is before us. We can't see accurately. And when we do this, we are far from being humble and receptive. The second precept, rear many students. And the Hebrew is interesting. It actually says ha'amidu, to raise up, to stand up students. Pirkei Avot is telling us it's not just about sharing skills and knowledge. It's about helping others be independent, self-sufficient, leaders in their own right. How can we help raise up those around us? It probably has a lot to do with the first precept, which has a lot to do with Moses and humility. How can we be slow to judge? How can we see someone so clearly that we raise them up, allowing them to be who they're meant to be? The last precept, build a fence to protect the Torah. It's important to protect what is sacred and valuable and just. And this is exactly what we did with our own Torah. Our Torah fell, and our response was to pick it up, to protect it, and to make sure over these next 40 days that we amplify its message in a focused way. I think Pirkei Avot is also urging us to build fences to protect everything that is sacred to us, everything that is our heart center, our soul center. So what else do we need to build fences around? What values need protection and care? Maybe there's a cause that is calling to you in these past weeks since the election. What needs your attention? What needs protecting, just like our Torah? Thank you for sharing and learning with me.